Welcome to Tap Tech today. We're diving deep into a tablet that's built not just for work or content, but for serious gaming. This is the Redmagic Astra Gaming Tablet. A device that's not afraid to flex power. It doesn't hold back on performance. And it's made with one purpose, to deliver a true gaming experience on a tablet. From raw power to real gameplay, this tablet goes all in. So in this full review, we'll look closely at its performance, benchmark scores, thermal control, and actual gaming usage. Let's jump in. The first thing you'll notice about the Redmagic Astra is its aggressive design. It looks different. It feels different. There are visible vents. There's a fan. And there's RGB lighting. That's right, a tablet with cooling vents and RGB. Just like a gaming phone or a mini gaming laptop, IT doesn't want to blend in, IT wants to stand out, and under the hood, it has the specs to back that attitude. Powering the Redmagic Astra is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip, a flagship processor. It's the same chip used in some of the best phones out there. But here, it's tuned with cooling and plenty of space to breathe. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 has a prime core running at 3.2 GHz. Alongside that are performance cores and efficiency cores. The balance makes it both fast and smart with power usage apps. Launch instantly. Navigation is smooth. Heavy games don't stutter. And background processes don't slow anything down. You get up to 16 GB of LPDDR5X RAM. That's fast memory. It helps in keeping apps alive in the background. You can jump from one game to another without reloads. You can multitask with no visible lag, and the storage? UFS 4.0. That's blazing fast. Reading and writing speeds are excellent. Game load times are cut short. Big files move quickly. Even 4K video editing becomes manageable on this tablet. So, what do the benchmarks say? On Geekbench 6, the Redmagic Astra scores around 2000 in single-core and 5500 plus in multi-core tests. These numbers put it right next to some of the best phones of the year. In Antutu, the scores go beyond 1.2 million. That's huge for a tablet, and in 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme, it holds its own. It runs the GPU tests with ease. There's no frame drop or stutter during the benchmark runs, but here's the important part: that it's not just the scores. It's how long it can sustain those scores, thanks to the built-in cooling system. Yes, an actual fan inside the tablet. Performance doesn't drop like on other tablets. There's no major thermal throttling even after long sessions. Most tablets heat up and slow down after 10 to 15 minutes of heavy use. The Redmagic Astra keeps going, and it doesn't get uncomfortably hot. That's key for gaming. You can game for hours, and the frame rate stays stable. The back may get a little warm, but not burning hot. The tablet even lets you control the fan. You can choose from auto, balanced, or full speed modes. In full speed mode, it's a little louder, but it keeps the tablet cool during extreme loads. But there's also a vapor chamber and thermal gel. So heat spreads fast and doesn't concentrate in one spot. Now let's talk about battery. The Redmagic Astra comes with a huge 10,000 mAh battery. That's massive for a tablet this thin. In daily use, it easily lasts a full day. That includes browsing, streaming, gaming, and background apps. But what about heavy gaming? You can expect around 6 to 8 hours of intense gaming depending on the game and brightness. That's very solid for something this powerful, and when it's time to charge, there's 80W fast charging. It fills the battery from 0 to 100% in about 50 minutes. That's quick. You can charge for 15 minutes and get a few hours of gaming done. Now let's talk real-world usage. This isn't just a numbers machine. It actually performs well in apps. You can run Adobe Lightroom, Photoshop Express, and even edit 4K videos on LumaFusion or CapCut without lag. Multitasking is smooth. You can run YouTube in a floating window while editing notes. Or play music while reading a comic and chatting on Telegram. Everything feels effortless, but this is a gaming tablet. So, let's move into the real meat, the gaming experience, and yes, it's as good as you hope. The Redmagic Astra has a large 12.1-inch display. It's an IPS LCD, not OLED, but with high brightness and great color accuracy, the refresh rate is 144 Hz. Games feel fluid. Scrolling feels snappy. Everything moves. With speed, touch sampling rate is 240 Hz. It registers your taps and swipes instantly. That matters a lot in games like Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG, and Genshin Impact. Speaking of those games, let's start with Genshin. The Astra runs it at the highest settings with 60 FPS enabled. And it keeps that frame rate stable. Even in intense battles. Even when teleporting through different zones. The fan kicks in after a few minutes, but you don't notice it unless you're in a quiet room. Gameplay is smooth. No frame drops. No stuttering, and most importantly, the tablet stays cool. In PUBG Mobile, you can run HDR plus extreme settings. The game looks beautiful on the large screen. The audio helps too. More on that in a bit. COD Mobile runs at max graphics. Frame rate never dips. Everything loads instantly. Multiplayer feels amazing on a big screen. You can spot enemies more easily. And the input delay is close to zero. To other games like Asphalt 9, Apex Legends, Honkai Star Rail, all of them run without issues. Even emulators like Dolphin or EtherSX2 for PS2 games work well. You can play Need for Speed Underground 2 or even God of War on it. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 handles it all. You can also customize performance modes with Redmagic's Game Space. It's a built-in game launcher. You get CPU and GPU stats, network performance, fan speed control, notification blocker, and screen recording. You can even map virtual buttons or tweak touch response. It feels like a real gaming console experience. The tablet also supports external controllers. Pair it with a backbone or Redmagic's own gaming accessories and you have a portable gaming rig. Now let's touch on audio. It has stereo speakers. Dual setup. Loud. Clear. And surprisingly rich for a tablet. Gunshots sound crisp. Footsteps are easy to detect in competitive games. And there's enough bass for immersive experiences. You can also use wired headphones through the USB-C port or go wireless with Bluetooth 5.3. Connectivity is solid too. Wi-Fi 6 ensures fast downloads and low latency in online games. It supports dual-band Wi-Fi for stable streaming and updates. The tablet also has NFC, GPS, and support for display out. So you can connect it to a monitor and use it like a mini desktop for light gaming or media playback. Build quality is solid. It feels premium. The back has a matte finish with gaming lines. The fan vent glows with RGB when active. It's subtle, but gives that gamer vibe. It weighs about 580 grams. Not too heavy, but not light either. For gaming, the weight gives it stability. Now let's compare it with other gaming tablets. The iPad Pro M2 is faster in synthetic benchmarks, yes. But it has no active cooling. It throttles after 10 to 15 minutes in heavy games. And it's much more expensive. Samsung's Tab S9 Plus is great for media. It has a beautiful AMOLED screen. But it can't match the sustained performance of the Redmagic Astra. Even Lenovo's Legion Y700 2023 can't keep up with Astra in sustained performance. The cooling system in Astra makes a big difference. So where does that leave us? The Redmagic Astra gaming tablet is not perfect. It doesn't have an OLED display. There's no stylus support like the Tab S9 or iPad. It's built for gaming. Not art or high-end productivity, but if your focus is performance, gameplay, and value, it's a beast. You get a flagship processor. Active cooling. 144 Hz display. Loud speakers. Massive battery. And gaming features you usually don't find in tablets. It brings gaming phone DNA to a big screen. And it delivers. So, is this the ultimate gaming tablet? Maybe. If you want serious gaming on Android, this is one of the best options right now. And that wraps up our review of the Redmagic Astra gaming tablet. We tested the performance. We explored the benchmarks. We played the games. And the verdict is clear, this thing is built to game. Thanks for watching Tap Tech. If you found this review helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more gaming gear reviews, deep dives, and comparisons. Catch you in the next one.